So I didn't have that awkward bring the mic down to my height thing. Good evening. Hey, everybody. My name is Aaron Warner. You might know me, like Rob calls me, the worship rapper. I don't know. I wish we could come up with a new name. I really don't like that, but a lot of people know me as that guy. So my family and I have been attending LifeHouse for a little over 2 years. We've been a partner for about half of that time. So yesterday, actually not yesterday, last week, I was having a conversation with a coworker, and in the conversation, the coworker asked me, do you feel like you go out of your way to tie things back to God and to make everything about God and to make things be like there has to be a sign? As I was thinking about what I was going to say tonight, and I started thinking about 7 years ago. So 7 years ago, I'm over in New Jersey, and I'm not a cool guy. For the longest time, I tried to convince myself that I wasn't backslidden because I still had faith in God. I grew up in the church, but I walked away. And I tried to always convince myself I'm still a Christian, I'm still a follower of the Lord, but I didn't do anything that showed that. I didn't live that way. I didn't do the things necessary. So reality sets in and you realize, dang, man, I am a backslider. And that's a humbling feeling. At the same time, 7 years ago, there's a man in Delaware who's being called by God to start up a church out of his home. And the church begins to grow. And somewhere in the middle, I meet a woman. And through our relationship, that woman began to challenge me and make me really come to terms with where I am with God and promote a different direction in not only in my life, but in our relationship. And like every good man, you start to do these things because you want to make her happy. And in the process of doing these things to make her happy, I found out that I was starting to solve some issues and put some pieces back together and make things make a whole lot more sense. And just as persuasive as she was to get me going back to church and get me praying again and get me entering in, she actually convinced me to leave New Jersey and move over to Delaware, something I thought I never would do it. I didn't think I would ever do it. But we came over to Delaware, and priority one was finding a church for my family to call home. So, like Reuben, we had a list of little churches that we were going to visit, and because she got her way with me moving to Delaware, I got my way with the first church that we visited, and we went to that church twice, and it clearly just wasn't the church for us. And my wife says, we should go try out LifeHouse. And then she brushed her shoulder off and said, I was the flower girl in Mark and Tammy's wedding. I said, who's Mark and Tammy? So we came, and when we left after the first service, my family was full on ready for LifeHouse, but I wasn't quite there yet. Second time we came, left the same exact way. The third time that we came, though, I sat and I watched a pastor break down and weep and become completely transparent to his congregation. And he was weeping over the idea that there were people beyond the doors of this church that didn't know Jesus and they were going to hell. And it was in that moment I realized that this is where I needed to be, because any man who's going to stand before hundreds of people and weep over the lost is a man that I don't mind following and having lead me. So, despite the fact that we lived in North Wilmington and it takes a whole lot of gas to get down here, we started coming back week after week after week. And then Sundays turned into, hey, let's come down here on Tuesdays so we can help out with LSM. Because why not, right? And then next thing you know, I'm on stage and Rob's allowing me to actually rap. They let me rap on Sunday morning. Like, what church? What church anywhere like lets people come and rap? And you guys like it. That's like the good part about it is, like Rob will tell you, the first time I was like, man, I don't know. Like, this doesn't look like the rap crowd. But you are. Congratulations. Congratulations, you are. We're going to work on clapping. We got to work on like rhythm and clapping. We're not there yet, but we're getting there. So we're just going to keep going. So going back to the beginning of all this, so the question that was posed to me, the answer is, no, I don't go out of my way. Like, that's just what it is. See, the world is used to words like coincidence and chance and luck, fortune and fate. But as believers, we're not familiar with these words. Because it's not luck that has me here. It's not chance that has you here. It's not fortune, fate, or coincidence that's going to put shovels in these grounds tonight. It's the fact that we serve a God that everything flows through his will and his counsel. Nothing is outside of that.
Amen.
So I'm gonna wrap up, unless you want me to keep going, because I'm feeling it. Like I can just. The mayor's here, so I'm gonna chill. Gotta behave. So I'm excited. Like I'm excited to see what God is going to do. I'm excited to see how many people are going to walk through the doors that were just like me. I'm excited to see how much we can grow and how much we can do for the community. I'm excited to see my little girl grow up in a church that's full of love and knows what Jesus Christ means to them. I'm going to stop. I appreciate each and every one of you. I love you all. I'm so excited. Thank you.